Let's explore how a block becomes a callback. We're going to do that by looking at basically a form field, and we're going to look at the text input field there at the top, which has a callback connected to it. Just as a demonstration, if you put, say, Dune as a string in there and press submit, the print string on the right presents Dune. This is all inside WA input element container, and the instance variable we care about is text input. This is the actual code for the example here. We're going to neaten this up a little bit, cut that piece out. We basically just want to see three things: the HTML tag, the block we're using as an argument, and the selector, which is connecting the two. So here it looks a little more typical. That's the receiver. The message we're sending is callback with the block as an argument. Basically, we're storing the block, labeling it, putting it somewhere, and then we're going to pull it back later. So text input is actually WA text input tag. How is it implementing the selector callback? Well, we don't see it there, so we go up a step in the hierarchy. See, there's callback. We're taking the block, putting it in here, and then giving the block a name. Now, if we saw the source for the page we were looking at earlier, you would see that in the input tag, name equals 4. So our block has been named 4, number 4. And it's become a WA value callback. And we're going to store it. And where we store it is in the WA callback registry. So if we look at all instances last callback number 4, we get a value callback, which is what we'd expect. If we inspect what we were just looking at, we get, there's our value callback. Its key is 4, its name is 4. But we don't see our block anymore because we're kind of confused. Something's happened. Alright, our block has been compiled into bytecode. That's why it doesn't look like our block anymore. For the sake of demonstration, I've added a getter method to WA value callback just to reveal the contents of the instance variable. So if we decompile what's in there, we get our block back again. So you can see the block is labeled, stored, and it will fire when the event of the HTML field is called. So that's basically how a block becomes a callback.